Uh-huh. Shit G, shit double red. Call me what you want. Just don't call me bro. A lot of shit happening up under them traffic lights. I say, good, bad.
I love you,
That's so
Poppy.
hard.
All I see is green light, broken traffic lights. I would still remain silent if I ain't had a right. Brody told me start to flex, I'm not that bragging type. I usually don't pop out, but the gang got me outside tonight. Fuck these bitches, get the bread, make sure that bag is right. Man, my booster move OT would've paid half the price. I be outside with my guy trapping through traffic lights. The date was kinda slow, but it picked up, we had a mad night. Plays hitting my phone like what's the flavors like. I know which ones to show, you see the Zaza of the paper right. Shit, she never been a hater type. I be low, been on my grind, and these SPs like the skaters type. You can come, but you can't stay tonight. I get dressed and I be fly. You would think that there's a plainer sight. You know me, ain't the complaining type. I just get up and do me. I don't get bread. Then
Boom.
I'm feeling right. If you ain't on my side or with the guys, it'd be like fuck 'em. At my age of day, if I just press this.
What's good, y'all? Yo, welcome back to another episode of Don Talk Podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you don't know who I am, please go back and do your research. Yo, man, I feel like it's always good, you know, when you have people who can, you know, just kind of support you and stuff. I'm very grateful for everyone who, you know, shares my videos and stuff, or like, you know, just show support, like support the podcast, man. I've been doing this for a while now, and it just feels good, you know, like I'm doing something right. And the progression has been a lot more, like the progression of support, like over the years, you know. So it's just been, I love it, man. I don't know, man. I'm like, I feel good about it. I'm still a little nervous because I'm like, am I doing this right? I'm an overthinker, so that's also going to be one of the topics. Excuse me, I touch on at one point. But yeah, sorry, just trying to get my computer right. And all right. So boom. We back at it. Once again, another week, another podcast. All right, y'all. So no, but for real, like, thank you guys for tuning in. Like, it's greatly appreciated. Make sure you leave a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to podcasts, you know, like leave a review. And, you know, feel free to send me some suggestions of like what you think I should talk about and stuff, you know, or like my views on stuff. I don't do like pop culture because, you know, that's just like low level conversations. I don't need to be having conversations like that. I want to have conversations that help people, you know, that gives people some sort of benefit. Like what can you take away? What's something tangible that you can do, right? You know, I want to give people or help people with skills to help better themselves, man. I'm all about personal development, right? So, yeah. Speaking of personal development and getting better, man, we gonna talk about what can be a dangerous place for some people. And that is your comfort zone. Your comfort zone, man. You got to be willing and able to get out of your comfort zone. And shout out to, you know, all my introverts. I talked about this last week. But, yeah, man, you got to be able to get out, bro. Because one thing about it, you're not gonna be able to grow at all if you just stay in your comfort zone. If you always want to do what feels right, or not you do what feels right, but if you always want to do what feels easiest, right? You know, that's not the way to go. Like, nothing worth having comes easy. So, you know, if you moving about things in a certain way and you just kind of hoping that you can coast, like that's essentially living in your comfort zone because you're scared to do a little work, right? Me, I'm one of those people, like, I can't work remote. That's just not me. I feel like I know myself pretty well, and I would be, I would be playing my PlayStation all the time, or, you know, I would get distracted. So that's why I have to be doing a job where I'm out of the house and I'm doing something like physically, because I can't just be in my house, in my room. I'll be in my room the whole time, in my bed. I'll never get the work done. So, yeah. But so the comfort zone, according to Oxford, is defined as a place or situation where one feels safe or at ease without stress. And I know I'm speaking to my introverts right now because I live in my comfort zone. Right? And I guess it's okay when you're trying to recharge, but in terms of not taking the next step because you're afraid of what's going to happen, or, you know, you don't want to be stressed out, so you just, like, my comfort zone is at home. Like, I love being home and all that, but I know sometimes I do get out my comfort zone, like with my extrovert friends. They'll pull me out and say, hey, we got to go out. And I'm like, I don't want to, but you know what? Let's do it. Like, so what? So, yeah, you know, I'm willing to grow a little bit, and I know every time I go out, I have a good experience. In those few moments where I'm like, damn, I should probably stay home, and I was right, man, that'll spiral, and I'll be like, yeah, nah, I'm not going out because I'm right. But still, it's like you got to be able to, you know, put yourself out there to be willing to make a change. You have to want that, right? And, you know, the comfort zone, it's a scary place to stay, because you don't want to be the same person year after year. You want to grow as a person, right? And, you know, your principles and your values, maybe those can stay the same, but I feel like even sometimes, like, those may evolve, right? And that's the beauty of the journey of life. When you can have new perspectives on something, right, that you thought was set in stone, but when you think about it, you're like, oh wow, like I never saw it from that way. That's why I love perspective, man. I love perspective and being able to see things from a different angle, because excuse me, we get so caught up in, what I know is right, and that's the only way. If I offer you this perspective, you'll see it from a side that you never do. Like, even with my clients, like I tell all my clients, man, like, you got to be willing and able to, like, what I tell them is, like, I'm here to provide that other perspective. Because, you know, like, so I'll speak specifically to the 15 and 16-year-old that I have. You know, I tell them, because they be struggling with their moms that time, and I was like, yo, I'm here. I'm like a third party, bro. Like, you see it from one side, your mama see it from one side because that's your mama, but I'm gonna tell your mama your perspective, like I'm gonna help her try to understand your perspective, and I'm gonna help you try to understand your mama's perspective. That's how I gotta be, because you have to be able to see it in a different light. If you just look at it in like one closed-minded way, you can't learn anything that way, in my opinion. You know, so I'm very big on just shifting, like being able to shift your perspective to see something in a different light, and, you know, put yourself in a difficult position every once in a while. Because it's like, dang, I don't like doing that because of this. But it's like, but if you put yourself in an uncomfortable position, maybe you might get something, you know, you might get something more than you thought. Everything that you want, though, is on the other side of your comfort zone. Is outside of your comfort zone. Everything that you want is outside of your comfort zone. Please, to my people that struggle with their comfort zone, I know it's hard, but you got to take that leap of faith. You have to be willing to step outside your comfort zone. You have to. But yeah, man, that's all I really got to say. Just take that leap, man. Trust yourself. You got it. It's going to be scary. It's going to feel weird. It's going to feel unnatural, uncomfortable. But being uncomfortable, that's what promotes growth. being in new environments, new situations, that's how you learn. That's how you become accustomed, and you learn about new situations so that you can better handle situations when they arise. When adversity hits, because you're not in your comfort zone, like that's when you elevate the most, because you're ready for it. You've been prepared for it. You know what's going on. You know what to expect. You know how to handle it, right? And there's a quote. I'm gonna look it up because I don't want to misspeak, but I think it's like, don't judge a man where he is in a time of comfort, but judge him where, where he is or what he does in the midst of adversity. Hold on, sorry. Nope. Sorry, but I think that's basically what it is. Like, don't judge me like when I'm in a state of comfort. Like, it's what I do when everything is kind of going wrong. How am I moving? Right? Sorry. Don't judge a man by where. No, don't judge a man by. But while I'm doing this, I really hope, like y'all are taking the proper. I hope y'all are really taking the time to, be with yourself and understand who you are, and like really just taking the time to appreciate and be thankful for what you have, because man, things can really be gone like that. And I feel like I've seen a lot of people on social media that I follow specifically, they've been real, like a lot more thankful just in the past weeks. And I know for me, I've been super thankful. Like, I'm in a very weird transitional period right now. But I see the light, and I trust that, the higher powers that be are working with me. I know that they are. I trust in them. And part of me is like, man, I think I got something good, but now I'm at a point I don't always want to speak on stuff anymore. Excuse me. I just kind of want to, let it happen, and then I could speak on it, right? But as of right now, I just kind of want to, I just want to trust the process that is going to happen. But yeah, so back to the quote. I found it. It's a Martin Luther King Jr. quote. It says, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy." So, to me, that's an important quote, right? Because it's not about what people do in their time of comfort. Like when I'm here chilling, yeah, you could call me lazy, whatever you want to call me. But when it comes time to work and to get down and dirty and all that, like when it comes time to handle business, or like something comes up, I know I'm ready. I'm solid there. I know that. And to everyone else who's like that, salute to you, for real. But I know there are some people, they might panic. They haven't prepared for that situation, or they haven't prepared for anything, because they want to remain in their comfort zone, and, they just want to stay where they are. They're comfortable with where they are, and they don't want to change. And I don't want people like that around me. I want people who know how to handle their business, are ready to handle their business at a moment's notice. Like, when stuff happens, you ready to go. Like, ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. I gotta wonder what if you got my back or whatever. I know that you there. I know that you solid. Those are the kind of people I want around me. And for the most part, I feel like that's all the people I have around me. I genuinely can't think of anybody who is not ready to go if I'm ready to. Like, if something pop off or, like, you know, if I'm teed up, ready to go, I know just about all my people are ready to go with me, right? But oh my goodness. Whew, I'm dying. No, I'm not dying. But yeah, I think not just that, you know, they ready to go, but also, you know, I have people around me who are like, they're able to calm me down or like walk me through something. Like if I'm teed up, they're like, no, like you gotta, you know, they're thinking and they're like, okay, like I see AK's getting upset. Let me try to regulate him to, you know, get the situation back on track. Man, I'm thankful for those people. I know I'm one of those people as well. If a situation pop off, I can think of one right now, man, and it's just like I'm immediately like, no, like we got to get our heads right. Like we can't just make a decision based off of pure emotion. We got to be like really think about this. Really think about this in this moment, and your actions will affect your outcome. So if you make a mistake or you act purely out of anger or whatever, that can cost you. But yeah, I just, you know, I want people around me to, you know, just people in general, just step outside your comfort zone, man. Do something different. I never thought I'd go skydiving. I jumped out of a plane 2 years ago, and I want to go again. That was arguably the most uncomfortable thing I've ever done. Looking outside that plane, looking outside that plane, they said not to look down, but I looked down because what the fuck, we was up mad high. But after doing that and coming down to the ground, I was like, there is nothing I can do. Nothing I can do. You gotta step outside your comfort zone. I think that's a good way to end the episode. Yeah. But I'm gonna leave y'all with that quote one more time. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Martin Luther King Jr. All right, y'all. Once again, it's non-season. Let's get it.
It might end your day if I just press this little button. Bitches trip cause I go missing and pop up all of a sudden. Now I just want one, I used to have them by the dozen. Brody got some shit that makes it harder than the oven. Brody did some shit, I had to tell him, bro, you bugging. He just shrugged his shoulders, started acting like it's nothing. From a zero to a hero, he turned nothing into something. All I see is green like broken traffic lights. I would still remain silent if I ain't had a right. Brody told me start to flex, I'm not that bragging type. I usually don't pop out, but the gang got me outside tonight. Fuck these bitches, get the bread, make sure that bag is right. Man, my boost to move OT, would've paid half the price. I be outside with my guy trapping through traffic lights. The day was kinda slow, but it picked up, we had it mad at night. I been on my dolo, I been with my gang. You niggas couldn't get the picture, cropped them out the frame. We might wear the same clothes, but we don't drip the same. Same all whites, but your wrist work don't hit the same. I'm from a place where it's survival of the fittest. In a place you start becoming what you witness.